I know you'd be there, so save your prayers.
Marcia and I welcome everybody here, and thank you for coming, and thank you for joining us all. We were looking around out on the deck and realized that, and I said this to somebody else earlier, that there are circles of people here, all of whom know each other, some who know about each other, and some who have no idea who the others are. And that sort of reflects the way that Marcia and I sort of travel around the world in terms of having lots of circles and groups of friends that interact one way or another. So we're delighted that all of you are here, and we're grateful that you're here to support everything that we're doing and to hear Doug's music. And I hope you'll get a chance, as we did outside, to get to know the people that you haven't met before. We decided to do this for 3 reasons. The first is that with all the shit going on in the world about all the things we care about, it's just good to be together, right? And to be together with people that we care about and people who understand us and who we have a chance to sort of share time with. So that's the biggest reason why we're here, and I hope all of you drank a lot, enjoyed the view, and can get a little peace in your minds for the evening as we move forward. The second is when Doug and I originally started talking about this, Doug said, look, I don't get paid for this. I want this to be a fundraiser. And we talked about the things that we're all involved in. So Doug and Wendy are very involved in VIM. And Wendy actually volunteers there quite a bit. I do a little bit of tutoring with the Literacy Network. I know many of you are involved in the food pantry in the world. So through all of that, you get a micro window into the challenges and the fears that so many of the neighbors of ours have these days in Pittsfield and all around this area. And so the VIM's emergency fund was something that's been underfunded for many years and something that we felt was important. You all have explanations of what it is. Nelson Fernandez, who's the VIM's VP of Communications, is here, and we've been working with him and his team. He'll be glad to collect any of the checks that you have brought if you haven't had a chance to send it in. We've actually already raised close to $3,000, and I know that many of you either have checks here or have things in the works, and so we expect we'll get $4,000 or $4,000 for a fund that never exceeded $1,000 in the last couple of years, and so we'll be able to, to help these people have a real impact. And so I'm grateful for everybody who's made a donation. For all of you who haven't yet but will, please do, and we're happy about that. And the last and the most important is about Doug and his music. So, Doug started his career, actually he followed me as the song leader of the Central New York Federation of Temple Youth, SNFTY. Thank you. My career ended shortly after that and has been relegated to the small room in the corner there where the guitars lay quietly. Doug pursued his work, and at Cook's Camp, the Reform Movement's camp, was one of the important teachers and song leaders who's taught so many cantors, rabbis, and song leaders the music that many of us know. And then throughout his legal career, continued writing music and producing albums. And now that he's moved to Egremont full-time and is sort of devoting himself to this in a very serious way, has his new album out, which you have the opportunity to purchase on the way out, and the money will go also to the fund called Tip of the Spear. And we've been watching him when we saw his album released at the Guthrie Center, which was sold out. Many of you were here because you couldn't get tickets for it. One of our friends said at the end, if he had only just written the lyrics or only just written the music, Dayenu, that would have been enough. But the fact that he's put all of this together into amazing performances in which he's teaching us, it's the old-time folk music that we used to know, where the music is wonderful, but listen to the words, because they're equally important and they're equally good, and I hope you'll all enjoy the evening. Doug Mishkin.
You might be a friend of mine. a friend of a friend of a person I'll never know. Well, however it is that you came here, whatever it is that you bring, welcome to our country store where all we do is sing. All of our stock is homegrown brew, mixing old and new. So if your favorite fad is on Madison Avenue, just pass on through. But if Grandma's baking succeeds in making you knock on memory's door, well, take this spoon and grab a tune. You've come to the right store. For you might be a friend of mine from a long, long time ago. Or you might be a friend of a friend of a friend of a person I'll never know. Well, however it is that you came here, whatever it is that you bring, welcome to our country store where all we do is sing. We're not looking to make fast sales, we're not a volume biz, so you can turn your dial for a country mile. That's not where our merchandise is, 'cause the people who find us will always remind us of what's up on our shelves. When the goods that you're making are made for the making, the goods will sell themselves. Thank you. I'm so glad we could be here together tonight for such a good cause, namely celebrating my grandson. Yes, I now have 2 grandsons, but when my first grandson was born, I swore that I was not going to become that cliche of a grandfather who wrote a song for his grandson. I only violated that vow twice. And this was the second violation, and I wrote a little part for you. I was blessed to have a grandson whose parents had the foresight and the wisdom to give him a mellifluous combination of a first and a middle name. Micah Perry's head's on Grandpa's shoulder. All's right with the world. Sing all's right. All's right with the world. It's like a little bed on Grandpa's shoulder. All's right with the world, do that. All's right with the world. From the top, Micah Perry's head's on Grandpa's shoulder. All's right with the world. It's like a little bed on Grandpa's shoulder. All's right with the world. But when all is well enough, it's well known, Micah's grandpa can't leave well enough alone. This is the delicious part, this is the delicious part. Kisses, kisses, kisses make a meal of Micah's neck. This is the delicious part, this is the delicious part. Micah Perry's howling with each peck. Then Micah Perry's head resumes position. All's right with the world. But Micah Perry's head's full of suspicion. All's right with the world. It's not a question of whether, but of when Grandpa's kisser will be coming round again. This is the delicious part, this is the delicious part. Kisses, 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 Grandpa savoring the meal. This is the delicious part, this is the delicious part. Micah Perry's figured out the deal. So Micah Perry smiles, he knows it's senseless. All's right with the world. 'Cause Micah Perry sees that he's defenseless. All's right with the world. Micah Perry and his grandpa know for sure, in this weary world of madness, it's the cure. This is the delicious part, this is the delicious part. Kisses are the key to where the magic is unfurled. This is the delicious part, this is the delicious part. If only for this brief but very Micah Perry moment, all's right with the world. Save your prayers, don't worry about me. Yes, I've been bumped and I've been bruised repeatedly. But if I ever needed you, I know you'd be there. So save your prayers. Save your prayers for the brittle bodies whipped by a wind they never saw. Save your prayers for the tired and tattered left out in the raw. Save your prayers for all those shivering souls searching for the warm. Save your prayers for all those unsuspecting sailors in the storm. Save your prayers, don't worry about you. Oh, you'll be bumped and you'll be bruised, but you know we'll see it through. 'Cause if you ever needed me, you know I'd be there. So save your prayers. Save your prayers for those deprived of service at the store. Save your prayers for those denied the key to the courthouse door. Save your prayers for those we find convenient to ignore. Save your prayers for those who just can't take it anymore. But save no prayers for those who preach of heaven while they damn our souls to hell, who lack the simple grace to wish the rest of us well. who blur the false from true, the real from the absurd. Save no prayers for those who pray, our prayers won't be heard. If we save our prayers, we can save the day. We can save us all, we know the way. May our deeds be worthy of the words we say. Oh, let us pray. May our deeds be worthy of the words we say. Let us pray. Oh, let us pray. This next song is about something that happened to me. It was about 53 years ago. It was a brief episode, but I bumped into some people a couple of years ago who triggered a memory of all this. And 53 years ago, I think what I have to say is some of the particulars may be inaccurate. Some of this may be wrong, but all of it is true. You don't live there anymore on Sycamore Street, and though it isn't like before on Sycamore Street, still it stirs your troubadour to repeat. Sycamore Street. February 72, I was 18, so were you. American Pie hung in the Albany air. As I drove down Sycamore, I saw you come out your door. I said, hop on in, and we became a pair. You were Portia, and I watched that theater hang on every word as you sparkled across that stage. Oh, if Shakespeare could have heard. Then you wrote a poem, my music man, I read repeatedly. I loved your poem because your music man was me. A winterland of wonder was Sycamore Street. That spell you put me under on Sycamore Street was the sweetest gentle thunder beneath my feet. On Sycamore Street. All spring of 72, we knew just what to do. We'd hold each other tight, then tighter still. But then spring gave way to summer when I heard a different drummer. I followed it the way a young fool will. My memory must be bad, 'cause all my memories are good. Of all the things we said and did, and all we said we would. But I let you slip away. I regret I let you go. It's 50 Februaries later, and I just wanted you to know. story's been disclosed of Sycamore Street. It didn't end as I'd supposed on Sycamore Street, where what I reaped and what I sowed came to meet. February has this way of knowing what to say. It's a moral for all grateful troubadours. Every day serves to remind life's been full and love's been kind to me and mine. I hope to you and yours. I've been told to leave you be. From a friend of mine I learned that your clearest message sent was my message unreturned. So I'll put this last one out there. If it finds you, that'll do. Here's my song inside a bottle for Sycamore. I know I should leave you be, but believe me, I have learned that your clearest message sent was my message unreturned. So I'll put this last one out there. If it finds you, that'll do. Here's my song inside a bottle for Sycamore and you. This past July 4th, I had the privilege of singing at the Rockwell Museum as part of the Rockwell's celebration of July 4th. The Rockwell Museum, in collaboration with the Guthrie Center in the Berkshires, my God, Americana, your head could explode. And my role was to sing in the galleries. We had one of the guides do a talk about Rockwell's Four Freedoms, and then I sang, and then a talk about Rockwell's civil rights illustrations, and then I sang, and then we did it one more time with the Four Freedoms. I love the Rockwell Museum. They take a guy like me who has no eye for anything visual. They brought Rockwell to life for me. The first time I went, I thought, oh, a bunch of magazine covers, what's the big deal? And of course, the man was a genius. One of the things I enjoy about having sung there on July 4th was it gave me a greater appreciation not just of Rockwell, but of Woody Guthrie. I sang this song on July 4th. It's not one of his lesser known songs. I suspect some of you know it. But it just gave it a whole new life for me. The story behind the song. January 28, 1948. 32 people died in a plane crash. 28 of them were migrant farm workers being deported from California to Mexico. And the story is that Woody heard and read the news accounts where the people who died, these migrant farm workers, were described only as deportees. He wrote this lyric as a poem. 10 years later, a school teacher named Martin Hoffman set it to music. It got heard around the country when who else? Pete Seeger started singing it. The first two lines that you'll hear were Woody's way of protesting government policies that were paying farmers to destroy crops to keep production low and prices high. The crops are all in, the peaches are rotting, the oranges piled high in their creosote dumps. They're flying back to the Mexican border, take all their money to wade back again. My father's own father, he waded that river, took all the money he made in his life. My brothers and sisters all worked in the fruit trees. They rode in that truck till they lay down and died. Goodbye, my Juan, goodbye, Rosalita. Adios, mis amigos, Jesus y Maria. You won't have a name when you ride the big airplane, and all they will call you will be deportees. And we could do that together. Let me sing it. You'll sing it back at me. First line. Goodbye, my Juan, goodbye, Rosalita. Sing that. Goodbye, my Juan, goodbye, Rosalita. Listen. Adios, mis amigos, Jesus y Maria. Adios, mis amigos, Jesus y Maria. You won't have a name when you ride the big airplane. You won't have a name when you ride the big airplane. And all they will call you will be deportees. Some of us are illegal, others not wanted. Our work contract's out and we have to move on. 600 miles to the Mexican border. They chase us like rustlers, like outlaws, like thieves. We died in your hills, we died in your deserts, we died in your valleys, we died on your plains. We died beneath your trees, we died in your bushes, both sides of the river, we died just the same. Goodbye, my Juan, goodbye, Rosalita. Adios, mis amigos, Jesus y Maria. You won't have a name when you ride the big airplane, and all they will call you will be deportees. The sky plane caught fire over Los Gatos Canyon, a fireball of lightning that shook all our hills. Who are these friends all scattered like dry leaves? The radio says they are just deportees. Is this the best way we can grow our big orchards? Is this the best way we can grow our good fruit? To fall like dry leaves, to rot on the topsoil, and be known by no name except deportees. Goodbye, my Juan, goodbye, Rosalita. Adios, mis amigos, Jesus y Maria. You won't have a name when you ride the big airplane, and all they will call you will be, and all they will call you will be deportees. as we continue with this tribute to Johnny Cash, the Man in Black. It is Saturday, raining, the kids are complaining, so I throw them both in the van. We drive to the alley, they give us a lane after we rent our shoes from the man. Each kid finds a ball that her fingers can fit in. We set up the score sheet, that's my seat to sit in. The last hurdles we're saying who will go first, and finally it's time to bowl. She hopes for a strike so she'll hear thousands cheer. She gives it her best but the ball starts to veer. It heads for the gutter, a zero, a nada. These times are the toughest if you're that girl's father. I can't stand the sight so I close my eyes tight, and the next thing I know it's a strike. Because it hit the bumper, it's bumpers. These kids all need bumpers to help them with life's twists and bends. When your very best shot's heading straight down the dumper, a bumper can be your best friend. Bumpers, it's bumpers. These kids all need bumpers to make what is wrong come out right. When you feel like you've taken your share of life's lumpers, a bumper can help ease the bite. We ate French fries consistently, bowled intermittently. Now we're all back in the van. We tootled along with the radio on. My girls have slipped off to sleep land. I bought off those two kids with 6 bags of candy. I definitely got this whole dad thing down dandy. We turn at the light with our house now in sight, and finally my luck runs out. I stop where you're supposed to stop, at the stop sign, when some jerk in a Jaguar comes up from behind. I don't like what I hear, so I glance in the mirror. I'm stopped, I'm dead stop, but this guy's getting nearer. I shudder in fright, feel the impact, it's slight, and the next thing I know we're all right. Because he hit my bumper, it's bumpers, us grown-ups need bumpers. The ride can get rocky, you know. When you're getting thumped by a turbocharged thumper, a bumper can cushion the blow. Bumpers, it's bumpers, yeah, grown-ups need bumpers for what makes our bleeding hearts bleed. When your battery's drained and in need of a jumper, a bumper's the charge that you need. When the easiest question turns into a stumper, you order prime rib, but they serve you the rumper. It's World Series time, but you're stuck in a slumber. You dream of Jude Law, but you date Forrest Gumper. Your Paris-bound flight lands in Kuala Lumpur. To hurdle these humpers, remember the trumper. It's bumpers, the whole world needs bumpers, but bumpers can be hard to find. So let's make a deal that'll show how we feel. I'll be yours if you'll be mine. Bumpers, that's right, let's be each other's bumpers. A pact will enact, let's play ball. I'll be there for you if you'll be there for me, and the seed that we sow will grow positively to the best bumper crop that there ever could be. A world full of bumpers for all. I like to flatter myself and think that that's what would have happened if You've Got a Friend had been written by Dr. Seuss. David kindly mentioned that I have a new album out called Tip of the Spear. No, hold your applause, really, please. Tip of the Spear, the image of the warriors at the forefront of the noble fight. I had done 2 albums in years past. I didn't do much to promote them this time. I figure rather than keep the album a secret, I might actually try and get it out in the world. I have a website. I have 2 publicists. There's no end to people you can pay to help you do this. And by the way, the people I'm working with, I think they're terrific. I'm doing this because I want to get out and play. And, my goal is I want to play house concerts or small clubs or large stadiums. Imagine 60,000 people. This is the delicious part. But what we're doing here tonight, Marcia and David, God bless for being willing to host this. And I hope that tonight is a way for all of us to answer the question that I am quite sure every person in this room asks himself or herself on a regular basis. Namely, what can I do? And we ask that question sometimes rhetorically, but there are good answers to that question, and I'd like to think that tonight is one of them. For those of you who are not familiar with volunteers in medicine, please make it your business to chat with Nelson Fernandez before you leave. Volunteers in Medicine is one of the gems, the jewels of the Berkshires. It's led by an extraordinary woman, Ilana Steinauer, who is a hero of the Berkshires. This is a great American. Volunteers in Medicine does superb work. It's not just providing free health care to people who need it, but Volunteers in Medicine is all about the social determinants of health. They are with their patients in the schools. They are with their patients when they've got problems with their housing. You name it, Volunteers in Medicine is there. Volunteers in Medicine and Ilana Steinauer are leaders of something called the Berkshire Alliance to support the immigrant community, BASIC. BASIC was formed in 2016 after that debacle, and the idea was to bring together organizations that work on immigrant issues one way or another in the Berkshires and bring all of them together so that they can talk, they can collaborate, they can avoid duplicating effort. It's not a 501c3, it doesn't raise money. It's just really smart, good, committed people working together. It's a glorious thing. Volunteers in Medicine holds the fund for the Berkshire Immigrant Family Relief Fund. And the idea behind tonight was this is a small fund, right? We do an evening like this, we raise a few $1,000s, there are all kinds of places where we could give it and they wouldn't even notice. This fund, this money will make a difference. And it calls to mind the words of my favorite contemporary moral philosopher, Arlo Guthrie, who said, if the world were nearly perfect, imagine what you'd have to do to make a difference. But in a world as badly broken as ours, the smallest thing you do, you can have an impact. This is the kind of fund where what we do can make a difference. And let me tell you, for those of us who live in the Berkshires, maybe if you're just visitors, how many capital campaigns are going on right now, right? How many times are we being asked or doing the asking, right? For this fund, we, the people in this room tonight, can make a difference. We can make an impact because we do pretty well at making the Berkshires as a welcoming community to the immigrants who live here. All the indicators are we score pretty well on that. But this is the kind of fund that's needed to make that continue. So when people need funds for their rent, when they need it for prescriptions, where they, of course, they don't have health insurance, for all those kinds of things, this is the fund that's going to help them. Tip of the Spear is one of the songs I've written with the objective of comforting the afflicted and afflicting the comfortable. And since I am in the category of the comfortable, I have come to think of these songs as my self-afflicted wounds. I have no idea what I would say if I thought in terms of speaking to God, but I have a pretty fair idea of what God would say to the human race. I gave you creation, and thus it began. My daring experiment based on a plan. I wanted to see what you humans could do if someone like me put their faith in you. I blessed you with every power I know, to care and to reason, to love and to grow. But you act like you're weak and riddled with fear. Why do you think I put you here? Your children dream dreams while they sleep in the street. Then they head to the bread line for something to eat. They're looking for home on a lonely frontier. When they look for you, you disappear. Your oceans are rising, your skies are on fire. Your battle for breath's coming down to the wire. You're losing a war with your own atmosphere. What must I do to make myself clear? Must worship like you, and the only true lovers must love like you do. You hold in contempt those I hold dear. Why not embrace all who live here? Here, where there's no place to hide. Now's when you humans decide. What will my book of life say? Did my experiment bloom or fade to doomsday? I gave you creation on your own little sphere. Oh, but now you're adrift in a void and you're struggling to steer. Will you find your place at the tip of the spear? Why do you think? Why do you think? Why do you think I put you here? You know, the light that shines is the light of love. It shines from darkness up above. It shines on me and it shines on you. I'll show you what the power of the light can do. I'm gonna shine my light so bright and clear. I'll shine my light so far and near. In every dark corner I can find, I'll let my little light shine. With me now. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let that shines is the light of love. And I've looked around and I can't find any other verse like it. So I wrote one. In this great big world, we're in a great big fight against great big wrongs with their great big might. But the greatest ideas hiding in plain sight. What's it gonna take for us to see the light? This light can lighten our heaviest load. This light can brighten our darkest road. If we can learn to live by the lover's code and let our little light shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, the light that shines is the light of love. It shines through the darkness up above. It shines on me and it shines on you. Let's show 'em what the power of the light can do. We're gonna shine our light so bright and clear. Shine our light so far and near. In every dark corner I can find, we'll let our little light shine. Last time, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it, this little light of mine. So years ago, Wendy and I made our first trip to Prague. When we planned the trip, we had thought we were going to be going behind the Iron Curtain. And between the time we planned the trip and we got over there, somebody threw a revolution. And let me tell you, it was like Disneyland in the streets. On the flight over, for reasons passing understanding, Wendy said to me, you know, someday we should try writing a song together. What I said to her was, don't be ridiculous. I don't collaborate writing songs. It's hard. And so it's not going to happen. What I thought was, you know, you go out with these women, you get involved, you get married, you have children, and the next thing you know, they want to write a song with you. So we're in Prague, and the joint was jumping. I mean, the excitement, people's excitement was just palpable. So we're walking the streets one day, and we hear a street band playing a tune that kind of caught our ear. So we're walking around humming the tune. Now, of course, we didn't understand what they were singing, so we had to make up our own lyrics. So we were walking around with Unga Splatska Zinga Bunga Dunga. Okay, we just. So one night, we're in our hotel room, and I had my guitar, and I thought I might try and write a song to capture what we were experiencing. And one of the themes of when we would meet people, we had a terrific guide. She introduced us to her friends, and everybody we met said, oh, Havel, he's a friend of mine. I play chess with him. Havel, I drink beer with him. Havel, I write poetry with him. Everybody knew Havel. So we're in the hotel room, and I'm sitting there with my guitar. Wendy's actually lying down in bed, and I'm struggling with a lyric to try and capture that particular sentiment. And Wendy sat up from lying down in bed and proceeded to pronounce the line that became the best lyric in the song. Everybody's headed down to Wenceslas Square. Every revolutionary's gonna be there. Every Jan and Jana doing what they wanna, swinging to the spring in Prague. Upstairs in the club they sing American jazz. Downstairs in the stores they're out of Czech-blown glass. First you eat a pizza, then a palanchinka, swinging to the spring in Prague. Have you ever been to a revolution, laughing at the world through teary eyes? You cry for the air of freedom, you cry for the ones who died. 50 years the statues gotta all come down, streets and squares with names to change all over the town. Communism's heroes all reduced to zeros, swinging to the spring in Prague. Dubček and Dvorak and Masaryk too, Kafka brought an old the tourists passing through. Every Czech and Slav will say they're friends of Havel, swinging to the spring in Prague. Have you ever been to a revolution? You can see the future from the past. Liberty's a melody, you're free to sing at last. Oh, everybody's headed down to Wenceslas Square. Every revolutionary sure to be there. Oh, it was great to see him soaking up the freedom, swinging to the spring where freedom is the thing now, swinging to the spring in Prague. A postscript. Years later, Wendy and I became friends with a woman, a lawyer in Prague, and her son, also a lawyer. Both of them were singers. So I played them the song. I told them the story about, we were marching around. We heard the street band playing, and I like to add, I stole their tune at my own peril. I didn't know. Was it a top 10 song in Prague that year? Was it some, my luck, some 300-year-old anti-Semitic anthem? I didn't know. And when they heard my recording of the song, they said to me, "We know that song. It was like a Czech musical back in the 30s, and it was about freedom." I said, "All right, good one." When we take an oath to tell the truth, it means to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. When we tell the history of our country, we violate that oath regularly. There are many morals to the story of January 6th. I believe this is one of them. There they stood, domestic terrorists, self-proclaimed, proud insurrectionists. And then a voice inside my head said, if they'd been black, they'd all be dead. If they'd been black, with a leader that irrational, who urged them on, so they surged upon the Capitol. Damn the law, full speed ahead. If they'd been black, they'd all be dead. If they'd been black, and smashed the door chanting, "Hang Mike Pence," and trespassed on the Senate floor. If they fought until policemen bled. If they'd been black, they'd all be dead. If they'd been black and did what was done, they'd have been called un-American. White supremacy's bottom line. This land's not yours, it's mine. If they'd been black, those patriot imposters, as they flashed their noose and re-inflamed their rosters with the slurs and slanders that they spread. mouths with feces. You'd have sworn that they descended from another species that defiled the flag they drenched in red. If they'd been black, they'd all be dead. If they'd been black and did what was done, they'd have been called on American white supremacy's bottom line. This land's not yours, it's mine. Now we sit watching videos that haunt us with each replay. Those fraudsters mock and taunt us. Save America, they pled. But you know if they'd been black. So let's admit our history's a scandal. Let's make it right. Let history light a candle. Let it never more again be said. If they'd been black, if they'd been black, they'd all be dead. Smitten, it's akin to being bitten by the cutest little kitten who won't go away. Smitten, I got a crush that isn't quitting. It won't leave me to my mitten. It's here to stay. Smitten, you're a peach without the pitting. I'm a nitwit who's unwitting. Aren't we a pair? Smitten, it doesn't matter where we're sitting, in Bratislava or in Britain. Pull up a chair. Let's look how you won my vote when you floated my boat and you crossed my moat to put the lump in my throat. 'Cause you're the goat and you can quote me. Girl, you smote me, so I've written. Smitten, you set me up, then you entrapped me. You snuggled in and then you zapped me, as I hoped you would. Smitten, somehow you slipped through my defenses, and now the happy consequence is this boy feels good. I believe that as your beau from long ago, it's apropos to let my feelings flow. 'Cause by now you know it's not all show. Girl, since you bit me, I've stayed bitten. Smitten, no other word for it, I'm smitten. By now you may have heard I'm smitten. Smitten with you. Smitten, do you wonder why I'm beaming? Am I awake or am I dreaming? Did I hear you say you're smitten too? Several years ago, I had two friends of mine died within about 3 months of each other, and they didn't die of old age. When they were two characters. One was a civil rights lawyer who, if you asked anybody who knew him, tell me about Paul, that guy could crack us up. The other was a friend of mine whose music I suspect some of you have sung. Debbie was the godmother of contemporary Jewish music. And when I came home from her funeral, I said to myself, I've had enough of this year. I'm ready for a new one. This is for Paul and Debbie, my friends, and for all of your Pauls and Debbies. What do you do with a year like this? This year took two of my friends. I've prayed and I've cried. Trust me, I've tried to move on as a voice recommends. Still, what do you do with a year like this? If this year were a bottle of wine, I'd find a way to say to the sommelier, find me another vine and pour me another year. This one just won't do. Pour me another year, better than what we've been through. Two friends, too young, said so long. Pour me another year. This year's wrong. Paul is amusing the angels who see what a jokester for justice can do. His wit could lampoon a platoon of buffoons while harpooning the rest of us too. Listen tonight for the laughter that levels our devils all flat to the floor. That's what our better angels are doing, but he's left me down here needing more. So pour me another year, this one just won't do. Pour me another year, better than what we've been through. Two friends, too young, said so long. Pour me another year. This year's wrong. Debbie ascended to angels in song, leading the heavenly choir. She sang her way and helped us to pray to a place where our spirits aspire. Listen tonight for the singing that's bringing the healing we all hunger for. That's what our better angels are doing, but she's left me down here needing more. So pour me another year, this one just won't do. Pour me another year, better than what we've been through. Two friends, too young, said so long. Pour me another year. This year's wrong. It's wrong when we'd all least expect it. It's wrong when we'd never suspect it. And though we can never correct it, we can reach for a new glass and say, pour me another year, we'll drink as dreamers do. Pour me another year, we'll toast our songs anew, and all our angels will join somehow. For me another year, for it now, and all our angels will join somehow. For me another year, for it now. Okay. You know, Jackson Brown has somebody who does all this for him. I just want to point that out.
Dale, where are you?
James Taylor.
David, go.
There's a really long story that is behind this song. So are you all comfortable? Many years ago, I have now traced this back it was 1978 on a Dick Cavett show. There was a panel of songwriters talking about how they write. And Alan J. Lerner and Lowe, My Fair Lady, Camelot. Alan J. Lerner said, he never liked the song I Could Have Danced All Night, because he doesn't like songs where hearts do things. All at once my heart took flight. And when I heard him say that, I thought, I'm with him. On balance, more often than not, hearts doing things, it's a kind of chintzy, cheap lyric. Not my thing. I'm with Lerner. But Lerner quickly added, the exception was the Rodgers and Hart song, My Heart Stood Still, because this turned the whole idea on its head, namely a heart doing nothing. Maybe some of you remember the song, I took one look at you, that's all I meant to do, and then my heart stood still. My feet could step and walk, my lips could move and talk, and yet my heart stood still. For years, I had been fiddling around in my lyric notebook trying to write a song about the idea that hearts only do two things. They beat and then they don't beat, right? I'm with Lerner, okay? And it took a long time, and really like about 2 years ago, I sat down and said, let me listen to My Heart Stood Still. Maybe it'll inspire me. And there are all kinds of great recordings of it, of course. And by the way, the one that really got to me was James Taylor on an album called American Standard. It's a beautiful recording of the song. So I finally came up with this. Hearts don't sing or dance or play. Aortas don't cheat or walk away. Valves don't beg to hold them tight. And ventricles do not take flight. Song after song, they get this wrong. Romantics often will. But Rodgers and Hart got it right when they wrote, My Heart Stood Still. They understood that hearts do two things. They beat, then they don't. They will, then they won't. Boil this down to its essence, its absence after present. Stop or go, yes or no, no in-betweens. That's what hearts do two things means. Two hearts do. They pump, then they quit. They tick, then that's it. Dress it up in all its finery. This organ's recital's binary. Real or artificial makes no difference. It'll still be off or on. Two things hearts do's reduced to pro or con. Through a haze I see Rogers and Hart melt from the praise this homage sends. That's heartfelt. Although I was thrilled when they stilled that one heart, mine moved when you proved what a duo can start. I understand now the things two hearts do when they intertwine. Let's take yours and mine. Both arrived in working order, each content within its border. Then passion pulsed as passion will, and our two hearts could not stand still. Before they knew what would undo them, love had shot its arrow through them. Thus began our affliction, our cardiac condition. It's the sweetest biorhythm, bar none, when two hearts beat as one. It's what we're here for. 'cause this grandfather's holding the future, and the future feels good. So, I need a third hand here. I'm going to do 2 more songs before the encore. Some things should not be left to chance. But it's a good time to say a couple of thank yous. I want to thank my friend Joe Fuchsia, Community Television of South Berkshire. These guys are the best. They record all kinds of things that go on in the community. Joe apparently drew the short straw at work because he has recorded all kinds of things that I've been involved in, music, classes I've taught. There is no cameraman anywhere in the world who knows more about the Scopes monkey trial than Joe Fuchsia. He recorded all 6 of our classes about the Scopes trial for Ollie. So Joe, thank you as always for being here to record this. Seriously, thank you to all of you for putting a dent in this relief fund that VIM keeps that we need to fund. And of course, David and Marcia, thank you for bringing us together. Thank you for who you are and what you do and how you do it. Thank you, thank you. When I wrote this next song, I said that the best thing about it was that it's a real place. And now the best thing about it is it's where we live. I hope that all of you have a place in your life that is as special to you as the place in this song is to me. I took a plane to a train to a taxi on Main, my way station in Wassaic. We rode Route 22 like the New Yorkers do, and a few who come from south of Passaic. Then as we drove 23 through the winterized trees that heralded my arrival, all the air rearranged, my DNA changed to engineer my revival. Egremont moves me, Egremont moves me, Egremont proves what I hoped for. See, first time I feel like I'm home at last, Egremont evermore. Oh, it's a landslide wind, any day that begins, walking into the country store. I buy an eagle from the stand, then I take my band for a pancakes at Mom's Encore. And when my 3 girls surround me with laughter, whether with me or at me, that's fine. We're within the boundary I'm after, safe within that shrine. Oh, Egremont moves me, Egremont moves me, Egremont soothes all that's sore. First time I feel like I'm home at last, Egremont evermore. Every time that I arrive here, the flight attendant's words ring true. My contents have definitely shifted in a way I always dreamed they would do. in space. But with my friends and guitars under Berkshire stars, my time has found my place. You see, I love the town I was born in, and where I've lived since then. But every Berkshire morning takes me home again. Egremont moves me, Egremont moves me, Egremont proves what dreams are for. It seems like a dream to be home at last, Egremont evermore. But it ain't no dream, I'm home at last, Egremont evermore. We are all Woody's children. We are all glory bound. When we smile, when we sing his songs, we show we know the truth he found. Pete Seeger said all the folk singers who came after Woody Guthrie were Woody's children. When I was growing up in the 60s, falling in love with this music, you know, amid Vietnam and the civil rights movement, my father said, folk singers are the conscience of this country. And he was talking about people like Pete Seeger and Tom Paxton and Phil Oakes and Peter, Paul, and Mary. And I thought about that a lot. And I thought to myself, you know, we already all sing along on these songs. And if it's about being the conscience of this country, of course, it's got to be all of us. So I wrote, and you are welcome to sing along, but only if you agree with me. Try it with me. We are all Woody's children, glory bound. We are all glory bound. When we smile, when we smile, when we sing his songs, we show we know the truth he found. In your Oklahoma home, a troubadour, all set to roam. You and your family, you felt the dust bowl blow. You sang your songs and let us know. Here we go. We are all Woody's children. We are all glory bound. When we smile, when we smile, when we sing his songs, we show we know the truth he found. You rode the rails as hobos do, saw hard-hit people scraping through, took scattered voices, feeling small. You made a glorious chorus of us all. We are all Woody's children. We are all glory bound. When we smile, when we sing his songs, we show we know the truth he found. Every businessman and woman in a suit, every migrant farmer picking fruit, if they listen to your song, they know there's one family where we belong. Now we children know what to do. It takes hard work to make a song come true. Our time is now to follow through. It's time to make this land for me and you. We are all Woody's children. We are all glory bound. When we smile, when we sing his songs, we show we know the truth he found. When we smile, when we smile, insist. I don't dance. When I think of me dancing, I am reminded of what Al Roker said after one of the inaugural balls where Al Gore was caught on camera dancing. And Roker said, "The man should not dance in public." I am, however, very fond of several wonderful songs about dancing. Jackson Browne, For a Dancer. Aztec Two-Step, if there are any Aztec Two-Step fans here. We've got a couple of songs about dancing. Save the Last Dance for Me, a wonderful song. Then there's this one, which I thought I would sing to say thank you to the only woman I will ever be caught dancing with. Before this dance is through, I think I'll love you too. I'm so happy when you dance with me. I don't want to kiss or hold your hand. If it's funny, try and understand. There is really nothing I would rather do. I'm happy just to dance with you. I don't need to hug or hold you tight. I just want to dance with you all night. 'Cause in this world there's nothing I would rather do. I'm happy just to dance with you. Just to dance with you is everything I need. Before this dance is through, I think I'll love you too. I'm so happy when you dance with me. So if somebody tries to take my place, let's pretend we just can't see his face. 'Cause in this world there's nothing I would rather do. I've discovered